What you're about to see are passionate, dedicated, and trained people practicing and preparing to enter an extreme sporting event that may change their lives. Do not try this on your own without necessary experience and supervision.
Breathe in, breathe out. This moment's what it's all about. Born to be great, your goal awaits. Don't hesitate. Accelerate!
Set for the race, aim to give it all I got. Mind is set, gonna reach the high spot. Working hard in order to fulfill my goal. Nothing can stop me from getting what I'm going for. That's being great. I was working tirelessly, so I won't hesitate. Gotta get to first place. Hands on the golden plate. I concentrate. Won't hit the brake, just move forward. Accelerate. Welcome back, guys. You are watching Xcellerate. Last week, we met two new accelerators, 16-year-old equestrian rider Kelly and 17-year-old kite surfer Aron. We got to see how they prepped themselves for their upcoming local event. This week, Kelly takes a break from the jumping arena, so we'll see if Aron can grab some air and land a podium finish in his major event. This is the opening event for the kite surfing season. So we'll see if Aron's preparations for this event will be enough for him to secure a medal, put some points on the board, and get his season going.
So today I'll be competing in the South African Kiteboarding Association Tour Leg 1 that's being held in Tableview, Cape Town. So today I'll be competing in freestyle where you're strapped in boots and you'll be doing tricks. This is your high-performance freestyle kite, which is used for tricks and technical movements. From that, the kite is then connected to your bar, which is this, which is what helps you steer the kite, give it power, and what makes you control the kite. And from there, it's your harness, which is what the bar is connected to, so you don't have so much pressure on your arms. And it's connected like this, like that, and then it hooks on in here. And then from there you'll be in a wetsuit because of the water. And then from there it's onto your board. This is a board that is used for freestyle because of the boots, which help for support and holding a big edge. Well, I'm going to show you how to pump up a kite, and this is normally what you do before you get on the water. So first you secure this little clip onto your kite so that when you pump it up, the wind doesn't take it down on the beach because of the wind. And then you take your nozzle. All kites are normally different based on the brand. And then like on mine it hooks into these little clips, and then you twist it like that. And then from there you just start pumping it like that until it starts to get shape, and then that's hard enough and then you're set. So we got there in the morning and the weather was very bleak. All of us were just waiting around for the wind to pick up. We've been here since 8 o'clock at the beach. The wind is northwest, pretty light, and we're waiting for it to swing to southeast for us to be able to run the competition today. The weather today, pretty bummed, because we've had good wind the whole week and now coming to the competition there's no wind. But hopefully it'll pick up later for us to have a good competition.
We can only compete from 15 knots. A good indicator is white horses. So if you get a white horse on the ocean, it usually indicates it's about 13, 14 knots. Kind of getting there, but it's on a westerly like this, it's very difficult to judge. But you know, we've got wind meters up there, and I must actually go and check the wind meter.
So before I start my heat, I get all my kites ready, rig them up right to make sure everything's done correctly. And then I sit down and just watch the wind and the waves to make sure when I go out there I know exactly what to do and just make sure I'm in the right headspace before I go out. So right now the competition is still being postponed, but there's a bit of wind right now, so we're all going to head out and try practice and see if there's enough wind to start the competition. So right now I'm busy rolling out my lines. And you do this because when you want to quickly get in the water, you don't have everyone else's stuff all over your lines because lines take up quite a lot of space on the beach. So it's just easier to roll them up before and get going on the water faster. So I started off on my 13-meter kite because the wind was pretty light. So with my 13, it just means it's easier for me to get out on the water when there's light conditions. So right now I'm heading off for my first practice run, and I'm just tacking upwind so I can get far away from the beach when I do my tricks. A kite's height is normally between 22 and about 24 meters in the air, and I normally jump about like 15 meters, and the highest jump in the world so far is 26.8 meters. And speeds traveling on the water can be from about 20 kilometers an hour all the way up to 50. So I just finished my first practice run. The wind is pretty light and just went out there to get a feel for it. And hopefully during our heats the wind is a bit stronger so we can do better. So after my practice run, I stopped with my dad and my teammate Josh, and we just spoke about the conditions out there and what do we think we should do going forward. So right now I'm talking to my dad about how the waves are pushing us onto the beach in the onshore conditions because the wind is too light, so it's quite a challenge to stay out in the water.
It's not really strong enough. He's on a 30-meter kite, and all the guys on 13s are on battery. So we are hoping that it changes, but we're sitting at 2 o'clock and we're never going to get this competition going if we don't kick it off.
After the break, we'll find out if the wind will pick up so that Aron can finally get his 2 heats going. In the meantime, please check out our Facebook page, like us, and tell us about the extreme sports that you do. Who knows? You might be accelerating with us right here on Xcellerate. Welcome back. This is Xcellerate. We're catching some air with 17-year-old kite surfer Aron, as he's about to start his season with a major event that could see him put some points on the board and perhaps grab a medal for the day. So far, the wind has not been strong enough, so Aron's got to wait it out and hope the Cape Southeaster picks up in time so he can get his 2 heats going.
So right now the wind has picked up and the judges have given us the go-ahead for our first heat. So I go get my bib from the judges and walked onto the beach. So the first bib they give me is yellow. I feel really pumped and motivated to do well. And then I go and grab my kite to get ready for my heat. I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do in the water, how am I going to make sure I perform well and just achieve in my heat. The nerves are a bit higher because this is the first comp of the season, and it always sets a good standard to do well and set the season off well. I'm busy unrolling my lines to launch my kite and get in the water for my heat. And I decide to go with my 13 meter because the wind is still a bit light and I know I'll get the best result out of it. So I untangled my lines and got a friend of mine to launch my kite, and I knew then the wind was good because my kite pulled me all the way to my board, and then I grabbed my board and headed down to the water. So right now I'm busy putting on my boots and then just gonna wait for the start of our heat. So right now I'm just stretching my arms out, making sure that my body's loose and warm to get out there and nail my tricks. My dad gives me a high five and just wishing me good luck for the heat. Our heats are 7 minutes long and we have a transition period before that of about 2 minutes, so as soon as the one heat ends we've got 2 minutes before our start. So right now I'm heading in to start off the heat with a blind judge 3. It's where you pop out the water and do a 360 rotation and land back on your board. The landing was a bit sketchy, but it was still quite a decent blind judge 3. Around my waist is a leash so that when I fall, my kite doesn't disappear from me, and then I can always pull it back towards me. And I always keep it on the right side of me because I'm right-handed and I pass with my right hand. So right now I'm just heading out to get a bit more upwind and get a good run coming in so I can get another good trick in. Previous trick felt good, but I felt like I needed to improve a bit more on the landing. And right now I'm heading into the S1, so you pop out the water and you do a spin and then you pass the bar just before you land. That one felt a bit cleaner, but I could have been a bit higher to get more points. And then just adjusting my leash back to the right side. I passed another competitor and his kite was in the water, so I had to tack back to head back in and do another trick. So far I'm feeling a bit more comfortable in the water, knowing that I've scored 2 nice tricks already. So now I just need to keep maintaining that and doing well. So I'm heading in now to do an inverted forward roll, which is basically like a forward flip, and a bit of waves in front of me on my landing, so I kind of messed around a bit, but it was still good. There I was just turning around to try to get upwind to make sure I stay inside the competition box, so that if I do my tricks outside of that, the judges won't count it. And there I did a double S-bend, which is like a double forward spin, which felt pretty good. The landing was clean, kite was a bit high, which means the judges don't score it very well, but it's still good. So right now I'm heading out to do a 3-on-3, which is a pop off a wave, so basically like a 360 to a land, which I felt pretty good with. Tacking back upwind to get a good position to come back in, and I see a good opening and I head in to do a blind judge 3, which I felt pretty good with. It was pretty big. So right now there was an S1 with a 360 instead of a 180 pass. So after my heat I come in and just feel good about it. I got all my tricks done. My dad comes over and just says congratulations on my heat, and he just gives me some feedback on how he thought I did and what to work on for the next heat. And then I just go and land my kite. Right now I just landed my kite. And then my mom comes over to say, well done.
That was awesome.
My mom and my brother came over to say well done on my heat because they thought I did really well. Our heats are 7 minutes long, and as soon as the one heat ends, we've got 2 minutes before ours start. So right now I'm heading out for my second heat, going with my 11 meter because the wind I felt has picked up a bit, so I think it would be good for an 11 meter. For heat 2 I'll be wearing the blue bib because of the way they draw up the heats. So right now I'm busy getting ready for the second heat of the day, getting ready to get out there again and hopefully do as well as I did in the first heat. Now I feel quite positive because I know I won my first heat, so I've got a bit of a boost confidence-wise to make sure I go out and do as well or even better. There we start the heat and start off with a blind judge 3 again. And then coming into the S1, but I fell, so that's a crash. After the crash, my confidence was a bit knocked, because that's quite a valuable trick that I know I can do, and I fell. But it happens, and hopefully I can just get back out there and just put more tricks in. Head out to do a 3-1-3 and I landed, but then something went wrong and I fell. At this point I feel very down because I know these are things I can do, and obviously now I'm feeling a lot more stressed and a lot more pressure to get tricks done because right now I've only really done one.
Stay tuned after the break, where we will see if Aron can pull together some tricks to impress the judges enough to save his heat from disappointment. In the meantime, check out our Facebook page, like us, and maybe chat to us about your favorite accelerator. Welcome back. You are watching Xcellerate. We are shredding the surf with 17-year-old kite surfer Aron. He's just completed one heat and seems to be struggling in the final heat of the day. Will he be able to pull off one last gnarly trick before the heat ends? Let's find out.
Right now I'm heading in to just do a forward route so I can just stack up points and hopefully achieve somewhat of a good position. My heat comes to an end and I didn't perform as well as I should have, but things happen and you just have to kind of work from there, and I'm just right up the beach to get out and land my kite. After my second heat I realized that I should have gone with the 13 meter instead, and the 11 was a bit too small for me. The 13 would have been the better choice. It would have given me a bit more power and therefore I could have done my tricks a bit better.
I wasn't too happy with that heat. I didn't land what I wanted to compared to the first heat I was in. I changed kites because I thought the wind was going to be a bit stronger, because I was quite overpowered in the first heat. But I think I should have stuck with that kite because I was still managing, but hopefully I still make it.
So after my heat I pack up all my kites and walk back up to the car and put them all away and then get ready for prize giving to be announced. At prize giving I'm a bit nervous because my second heat, I know I didn't perform to the best of my ability, and I didn't watch all the other guys' heat, so I'm not sure what the outcome's going to be. So Josh gets third.
In second place was Aron.
At the end of the day, I come out with the second place, and I know that I've got room to improve and work on, so I'm looking forward for the next competition. I'm really stoked for all the other guys' results and congratulate them on their achievements. I'm not too excited about these results, but I know I can do a lot better. I've got a few more competitions to improve on, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so today we waited quite a while until the afternoon for the wind to swing and to pick up. And once it did, it was quite good and managed to finish the freestyle. Today I got second in the freestyle division. I was looking for first, but by my mistakes I came second. So I just know now I have something to work to and improve on. The next comp I'm just going to work harder, make sure I don't make mistakes and just keep training.
You don't live or die by one event. As long as for him he goes out there and does his best, he'll do well because he's super talented and he's driven. If he doesn't, on any given day, anybody can have a bad day. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. We'll unpack it, see what he did wrong, plan for the next one.
Aron has a goal, and he wants to get on the international circuit, and we're there for him. To get onto the international circuit takes a lot of funding. He will have to go on a gap year and not go to university immediately. So, the realization of having good marks, in his final year is why he's so driven from a study point of view to achieve, because he knows the gap year, he's going to be away from home for 12 months following the international circuit. And that's his plan and that's his goal, is to end up hopefully one day being world champion.
So after a punishing day on the waves, Aron has managed to secure a second place finish, despite him not doing the best he could do in his final heat. However, this is only the first event of the season. He's still got a long way to go to claim the championship title. Keep going, bro. We all know you got this. Next week, we'll welcome back 16-year-old equestrian rider Kelly, as she aims to grab a rosette for her regional event. Don't miss out! In the meantime, check out our Facebook page for more news and views.